This walkthrough is looking at the safety plan for a student who requires individualized supervision. When you open your Clever from the GSCS portal, you always want to make sure that you have the right school selected if you have more than one location, the school that matches the student, or choose all locations and you see all of your students. And in this middle list, in the listings card, the form drop down will take you right to the safety plans for students requiring individualized supervision. If your student's name does not show on the list here, these are all the students that have a plan made already for them. So if they don't show up, you'll have to add your student, and there's another video that shows you how to add. Or you might want to double check that the student is actually active at your school. An inactive student would be one that has moved away from your school, so maybe they're attending a different school or left the division altogether. Or a pre-registered student hasn't shown up to the school yet. Maybe they're coming in the fall. But these are the active students, and it defaults to active students with this form. So if we open up the form for this student, at the top you'll see the ribbon. This pulls from our student information system automatically, so this is always up to date. The blue shaded in boxes will also pull information from our student information system, but it doesn't happen automatically when the form is open like this ribbon does. So if you happen to see that the school is wrong, or maybe the grade was from last year, or some of this information isn't filled in, go to the right corner, hover over integration and push import data, and it will force Clever to go and pull the most recent information we have. Sometimes there might not be a cell phone in our student information system, so this will be blank, and that's okay. You'll have the most up-to-date information that we get. Also on these forms, the red stars mean it's a required field, and as soon as you pick a year, a school year for instance, this will start to build up to 100%. So make sure that this is 100% before you submit this. The other fields that you have are things that you need to fill in as much as you can. So if this is an active plan, or maybe it's inactive, maybe the student has left for a month to go visit family overseas, you can change this plan to be active, inactive. The review date, approximately every 2 weeks, just make sure that this is still going ahead and it's still in place. This plan doesn't have to be for the whole year. It can be for a short amount of time as well. Age of the students. The other things you'll need to add in are team member names. So the classroom teacher. Maybe you also have another classroom teacher that job shares. So you might also want to add in that person. This information should self-fill, but the guardian's name and phone number you will have to type in. It doesn't pull automatically from our student information system. The special considerations that you are basically creating this form for. So the student has, and then you can describe visual impairments or mobility issues or things like that. Here is another required field, the parent guardian approval. You need to pick a date for that. And as soon as you pick that date, that completion bar is now up to 100%. These are required fields. The current photo of the student. You will have to push this upload button. You will choose a picture from your area here and go upload. And as soon as you do that, a picture shows up. Your office coordinator might have a picture from school picture day, or you might take one from your phone and upload it. As long as it's a good picture of the student and it comes into play later on, I'll show you why it's important to have a photo. And then you need to push this button to send the notification that there is a photo uploaded, because somebody has to manually put the photo into your student's profile. And again, I'll show you where that happens. And finally, the last button you'll need to push is once you've got the photo, you've notified the board office, you need to submit this to the school admin just to let them know FYI. Okay. The school, when it gets uploaded, the board office staff will upload the photo. It shows up in the student's profile. and it might take a moment to come in. There will be a picture that shows up right here of that student, and these are all the forms that the student has, and you can go right to one of these forms just by pushing the clipboard beside each one. There we go. So this would actually be a photo of your student. To go back to the form, there we are. All right, so we're back in here. So the board office uploaded that photo, and it's located in that green profile icon. And this will show, as soon as it is uploaded, you'll see this checkbox be checked off. The second tab is a plan. If the student requires assistance during the arrival in the morning, what is that plan that they have in place? Who is the staff member or members responsible? Any equipment that's required, like a safety vest or anything like that. Recesses. You can even break this down in here. Morning recess, afternoon recess. Again, who's responsible, equipment. There's a spot for lunch hour. There's a spot for dismissal. The third tab is an emergency plan. If a student is reported missing during the school day, here are the procedures that the administrator or designated people in the building need to follow. If there is an emergency plan in place for the student already, upload that file right here. Again, you push the button, you find it on your computer. You can enter in the, you have to give it a title, upload the file, and it shows up right here. Finally, this is the fourth tab. This is if you have a neighboring school and you want to share information with them. So if they happen to find your student in their area, here are the main contact numbers, cell numbers, office, any special considerations to be aware of. Up at the top here, there are two things that we can print. There's the safety plan for the neighboring school. Again, this you can print. This will be the photo of the student. So again, it's important you have a current photo that they can use to help identify a student that shows up that they are not sure of. The grade will show up. It's a fake student, so we get an error message. Again, any special considerations to be made aware of, and the contact information. The other printable report is just a safety plan printable report that you can print to put into a binder. You can have posted in the staff room, supervision schedules, things like that might help keep the students nice and safe. If you have any questions about this form or any other forms, just feel free to call 8888, or you can start a help ticket and someone will be able to assist you.